VTAM and my channel, welcome to my channel. We do what we do, so say come on boy. Anyways guys, welcome to my channel. It's 2021 and Russia already developed a weapon, so let's check out the missile. This is full of electronics. Wow.
Russia continues surprising the West with new weapons. According to recent reports, Russian engineers develop a jammer missile called Alabuga. Rumor has it that this weapon will be able to completely neutralize enemy without even opening fire at its forces.
Yo, this is crazy. This is really crazy. I swear, this is a mad weapon.
This weapon produces a very strong radioelectric impact, the power of which is comparable to the power of a nuclear explosion. The missile can literally disable all enemy weapons and military equipment, including missiles, missile defense systems, ships and tanks, as well as any type of air, sea and ground military hardware.
Yo, it can disable military, weapons. This is crazy. What the fuck? It's 2021. Yo, this is mad.
The Alabuga missile causes all microcircuits to come out of order. In fact, the military hardware and equipment
This is crazy.
will simply freeze in place, whereas aircraft and missiles will fall down to the ground like rocks.
Oh my goodness. So this is probably an advantage to them, when you're fighting them and then they release this kind of thing. It just disables everything. Everybody in the air goes down. Bro, this is some next level shit.
It is believed that the Alabuga will become the most powerful prospective radioelectric bomb that
Yeah.
will be able to deactivate and immobilize the entire combat power of the enemy completely. The idea of a bomb that, without destroying the environment, could deactivate all of the military equipment and weapons of
Oh my
the
goodness.
enemy is not new. In 2001, the Ranets complex was introduced in Russia. The word Ranets translates into English as backpack. The weapon looked more like a radio station than a radioelectric weapon. It was a movable system that could strike enemy equipment at a distance of up to 40 kilometers.
Wow.
The Alabuga is being developed by most advanced enterprises in the field of defense technology. There are no details about the project. It is believed, however, that the missile will be able to fly up for 300 to 400 meters to deactivate all
300 to 400 meters. That's really much.
military equipment and weapons within the range of 4 kilometers. The United States has been developing a similar technology since 2012. The goal is to create a weapon that could hit the enemy and give total advantage over enemy forces.
Wow. So America and Russia are trying to actually develop this weapon, and Russia has developed it, and it's really crazy.
The Alabuga is not a lethal missile, nor does it lead to victims when it explodes. Specialists believe that such weapons may change the strategy of wars of the future entirely.
Wars of the future. Yo, I don't want a war in the future, man. This is crazy. We cannot afford a third world war. It was gonna be mad. I swear.
Modern weapon it becomes more intelligent and perfect, but at the same time it depends more and more on various radio-electronic systems. Modern military equipment is literally crammed with
Look at that.
electronics, various sensors, which makes it more efficient, but at the same time more vulnerable for modern use
Wow.
facilities. In Russia, the creation of modern electronic warfare is in full swing. Information has appeared on new developments in the field of electromagnetic weapons, for example, the Alabuga complex. Modern U assets are actively being received by the troops, and their main producer is OJSC Concern Radioelectronic Technologies, CRET, which is part of the state corporation Russian Technologies. The fact that an electromagnetic pulse, EMP, is able to literally burn out electronics and prevent the passage of radio waves has been known for quite some time. This is clearly demonstrated by testing nuclear weapons. When the bomb exploded, a powerful electromagnetic pulse was generated, which disrupted electrical and electronic equipment, as well as disrupted radio communications. The element base of radio-electronic means, RES, is very sensitive to energy overloads, so the flow of electromagnetic energy of sufficient density is able to burn semiconductor transitions, partially or completely disrupt.
So what's it called? This weapon, I would say it's weapon because it just stops everything, disables everything, neutralizes the enemy's advantages, and then like it's like airplanes falling from the skies. It's just by itself like a rock. It's just crazy how they are able to develop such weapon. It's
Disrupting
mad.
their normal operation. So low-frequency electromagnetic
I can't even believe it.
weapons, EMO, can create electromagnetic pulsed radiation at frequencies below 1 MHz, and high-frequency electromagnetic radiation is affected by microwave radiation, both
Wow.
continuous and pulsed. Low-frequency electromagnetic interference has an impact on the affected objects by targeting wired infrastructure, including external power supply cables, information feed and retrieval, telephone lines. A high-frequency electromagnetic radiation directly penetrates into the electronic equipment
Damn.
of the target object through its antenna systems.
It disables all the systems so they won't see where it's coming from. This is crazy. I swear, this is dangerous, man.
Knowing all this, the military wanted to possess such weapons. This
Oh my goodness, this is
weapon
wickedness.
cannot be called something supernatural for the Russian army. Such weapons include a mobile electronic warfare complex called Krakow-4. Information about this means of electronic warfare is extremely scarce. And on the site of Kret Concern contains only a brief description of the complex's capabilities. In particular, it is reported that Krakow-4 is able to suppress even spy satellites of a potential enemy, as well as its ground-based radars and aviation AWACS systems, early warning and control radar systems.
I mean, it is the best strategy actually to affect the satellites of the spies, of the enemies, because that's how they are able to come up with the tactics. If there's no spy, they won't know where to start from. So, I mean, it's quite smart.
The complex is able to completely hide military installations from 150 to 300 kilometers of radar detection. In addition, it can inflict radar damage to enemy electronic warfare systems and communications. The operation of the complex consists in staging powerful interference at the main frequencies of the radar and other radio-emitting sources. The company manufacturer Krasuhi-4 is OJSC Bryansk Electromechanical Plant, BEMZ, part of the concern Kret. Each complex Krasuha-4 is two heavy machines on the KAMAZ 635088 chassis. For 2 years 2012 to 2013 in Bryansk 10 of similar wide-band stations of powerful noise interference was assembled, or as they are called ground multifunctional interference modules. The main purpose of these complexes is to protect stationary objects from radar reconnaissance and radars of attack aircraft and reconnaissance impact UAVs. In addition, the Russian army receives a sea-based U complex under the designation TK-25E, which is able to provide effective protection for ships of various classes. TK-25E is designed for electronic protection of offshore facilities from ship-based and air-based radio-controlled
Wow.
weapons by active jamming. It is planned to interface this complex with various systems of the protected object, such as radar, navigation complex, automated combat control system. The equipment used in the TK-25E complex is able to provide various types of interference
Look
with a
how
spectrum
those
width
are.
from
Oh
64
my
to
goodness.
2000 MHz,
Speed.
as well as pulsed imitation and misleading interference using signal copies. Kret reports that the complex is able to analyze simultaneously up to 256 targets. It is reported that the installation of such a complex on the protected object in a state of 3 and more likely to reduce the likelihood of his defeat by the enemy. Another in service is the multifunctional U-complex Mercury BM. It was created and produced at Kret Concern Enterprises since 2011, being at the moment one of the most modern U systems. The main purpose of the Mercury BM complex is to protect equipment and manpower from single and volley fire, with artillery ammunition and missiles, equipped with radio fuses.
Oh my
The
goodness.
complex is able to provide protection for equipment and personnel in the territory of 50 hectares. The
This is next level.
complex is mounted
I
Mounted
swear.
on the basis of a light armored track chassis Montana LB, thanks to which it has good mobility and terrain characteristics. The combat crew of the complex consists of 2 people. The deployment time of the complex is no more than 10 minutes. This U-complex can counteract not only radio fuses, if necessary, it can be used to silence the frequencies at which the enemy performs radio communications. Enterprise developer of the complex JSC Research Institute Gradient.
That is mad. Wow, I'm actually shocked. I'm actually surprised seeing this. This is a really tactical weapon, really to have, and it gives more advantage. And it strengthens the nation, actually, the nation's power in the region. So I believe Russia. I mean, Russia is keeping up with its game. Its weapon games. But yeah, anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. We do what we do. We say what we say. Come on, boy. But yeah.